Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. And my quick card today is using the Dandy Designs Designer Series paper. Now this is free with a £90 purchase during Sale-a-bration. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's because this is a mega pack of paper. You're getting 48 sheets. You get 4 each of 12 double-sided designs, and these are really pretty spring summer style designs, and these are full 12 by 12. So you can see that, just get my stamp back off there. You've got a lot of paper in this pack for that, and you could always sort of join together with a friend and get your freebie between you and split the pack. So it really is excellent value, and I'm going to show you a card design today that you could do with most of these papers. A lot of these papers would work for this design. This is the one that I'm using, but there's plenty of others, and we're going to show both sides of the paper with this card design. So let me get going with this. Because of the pattern that I've chosen, I've got a card base here. This is an A6 portrait card base in fresh Freesia, and I've then got a card front layer. This is 3 7/8 by 5.5 in Petal Pink. I've cut a card front layer to 3 5/8 by 5.25, but we're going to cut this. So let me get my paper trimmer and I'll show you how we do this. So here's my paper trimmer. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to, on that cutting guide there, this is where the blade travels when it's shut. So on that cutting guide there, we're going to line up the top corner, or one of the corners on the top runner, and then the bottom corner down here. So that is going to then cut for us. When I get it and keep it, you need to hold it firmly in place when you shut the case. You don't want it moving off as mine just did. So we're then going to cut it corner to corner, and then I'm going to hold these together and rotate it to put them in place. And you might just need to make sure that you're lining up that design. So we're going to cut it again from one corner to another. I've used this card design a few times before, and it works so well with so many papers. So we end up then with these 4 triangles, and you could put these triangles onto your card front as they are, but what we're actually going to do is flip a couple of them, and you just decide which ones you want flipped. So I'm going to go this way and have these ones side to side. Now you just need to have a look and double check how much of a margin you need to leave, because this has a very narrow margin around it with the sizes that we've chosen. So I'm going to grab my Tombow, and I'll just move my card out of the way. And excuse the plaster, my dog got a bit overexcited taking a treat off me and actually bit my finger. Unfortunately it's a bit sore at the moment. Right, so I'm going to pop this on, and I know that I need a very narrow margin, so I'm going to pop that up there like that, and then just adhere that down. And I just find it easier to sort of do 2 opposites first before putting the other pieces in. So again, I'm going to just pop a bit of glue in the middle, and I tend to prefer to use Tombow so that I have actually got a little bit of time to move this around if I need to. And again, keep that nice and narrow, and make sure that those points are opposite one another. And then, like I say, I'm going to flip this over and then we'll pop that, get that lined up again with that edge like that. So making sure that these edges are even, and then just nudging that over slightly so that that point comes in between the other 2 points that we've already got down. And I am getting a little bit of Tombow on my hands, but I'll rub the fingers together and it comes off. So final piece for this pattern, and I'm going to pop that down there like that. Again, making sure this edge side is even, and then making sure that my points are opposite one another. So there we have our card front layer, and I'll just pop some glue on the back of there so that we can pop this onto our card front. So the great thing about this is that you really just need a paper trimmer to be able to cut corner to corner. So there we are, that's on there, and you can see that it's wider margins on this layer. So now I'm going to stamp myself a sentiment, and I'm using the Thank You from the Something Fancy set that is in the new January to April catalogue, and I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss rather than Fresh Freesia because the Blackberry Bliss is a nice bold colour. It will show up rather better than Fresh Freesia would. Fresh Freesia is a lovely colour, but for a sentiment I want something a little bit bolder. So, and I'm just going to, right, before I stamp it, we've got 2 different ways that we could put this on. Now we can quite easily pop that on that way, but another option that you might want to consider, because we've got these geometric shapes, you might want to go that way instead, in a diamond rather than in a square. And that's actually what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to just get my piece on the grid paper so that I know that my diamond is nicely centered. And then the nice thing about this script with this stamp set is that you don't have to be entirely straight with it. It is a skewed sentiment anyway, so it doesn't have to be on straight. So I am now just going to adhere that to this square of Fresh Freesia. Oops. And this, of course, you could make the square or the diamond a bit bigger if you need to, if you're using a larger sentiment, something like a birthday sentiment, for example. So I'll just turn it over and press from that side so that I don't get ink on there. And then I want some dimensionals for popping this up. And the nice thing about these triangles that we've got is that we can kind of use them as markers for getting this diamond centered. So that's not so easy pulling the things off with my plaster on. Just get that finished. And then I'm using these spots in the background to help me get this even. So there we are. And then to finish off, I'm using these adhesive backed sequins when I can find where my take a pic tool has gone. There it is. Spotted it. And these come in a variety of different colours. Oops, there we go. So these are the pastel adhesive back sequins, and you've got balmy blue, gold, and you've got these lovely petal pink as well. Mine is stuck to the back. There we go. So I'm going to just pick up a few of these and dot them about. They come in 2 sizes, so I'm using a couple of different sizes here. And I liked having them in the centre of the flowers, but that just doesn't go, so I'm going to pop that there like that. So that is our quick card for today. I hope that you like these Dandy Designs papers. These are, I think, lovely spring colours, really just ideal for this time of year, so that we've got something a little bit brighter to see us through these dark days. And please do subscribe to my channel below to see a quick card like this every Monday and a quick tip on a Friday. Thanks for stopping by.